My glorious king, Ghetto Gronk, is still not on the internet. Normally, I would just say washed and have no content, but I'm a content monkey. And all I know how to do is swing from trees, eat bananas, and farm YouTube ad revenue. There is a page called NFL Hate Memes, which is closer to Ghetto Gronk in the regards that they do get a little aggressive. Nothing will replace Ghetto Gronk. I hope he comes back to the internet, but for now, let's call it dumpster diving. 2025 Deebo Samuel and Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna be honest, guys, we already did these memes and they did not pay off. You guys remember this meme last year? So take Deebo Samuel out of this, right? Bobby Wagner, Marshawn Lattimore, Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz. The Commanders built the most washed roster in history. That most washed roster beat my incredible God Squad, should have won the Super Bowl Detroit Lions in the playoffs, and they gave a monster run to the Eagles. In fact, they put up a better fight than the Chiefs did. So I don't really think it's a good idea to be making memes on the Washington Commanders and how washed their roster is, because I know what they're capable of. See, like this. We did this last time. We did this last time, you guys. When we learn our lessons? Commanders made it to the NFC Championship. You can call them washed, but they actually aren't. Acting like Deebo is 46. Deep down in my soul, I want Deebo to have such a good season. It's hard to envision. Deebo Samuel's headed to the Commanders. Deebo Samuel when Jaden Daniels miraculously escapes the pocket and hits him directly in the hands with the perfect pass, and he drops it. Here's the thing. All right, we can say whatever we want. The value was there. If you're an NFL GM and all you got to give up for Deebo Samuel is a 5th-round pick, you got to take that. Are you going to get a wide receiver with the same talent, potential talent as Deebo? I don't know. Okay, I am being a bit of a casual. It's hard to say because Deebo Samuel's been so inconsistent, but I think this is worth a 5th-round pick. John Cena turned heel before the Cowboys made an NFC Championship game. Aaron Rodgers, if he goes from the Jets to the Giants.
I can't believe I have to drive all the way to work on a Saturday. All the way to work.
Stupid. Where is Aaron Rodgers gonna go? I mean, actually, I will say that, like, sports betting has certainly gone too far. Sports betting used to be niche. Now everything is sports betting. But one thing I do like is looking at the odds total for what teams he lands on, because that gives you actually, like, a pretty good idea. So, wow, New York Giants are the favorite to land Aaron Rodgers. That's kind of crazy. I mean, they are very void of a quarterback right now. I get it. The Raiders, no way. Raiders at plus 250 because they just got Geno. This must be old. When was this? March 6th? Yeah, this is old. This is old. Anybody got an updated one? Here we go. March 11th. So Steelers and Giants are tied. Then it's Seahawks. Okay, this also can't be, because Seahawks go Sam Darnold. So I think this is still accurate. Steelers, Giants being tied to get him. Minnesota, Tennessee actually having a chance does also make sense. I don't really see either of these two. I actually can see San Fran, though. I can see San Fran. That one makes a small amount of sense to me. Breaking! Joey Bosa reportedly jumped off sides while reading the news that he's been released. He ended up breaking his foot and will be on the IR next season. Stupid. Joe Burrow's wide receiver 1 if the Bengals don't pay someone. The irony of this is that the Bengals ended up signing both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and they spent an ungodly amount of money on them. What is the Jamar and T contract? Like, combined, it's like $375 million or something, $275 million. Chase is now the highest paid non-quarterback, 4-year $161. Higgins signed a 4-year $115. All of that for your defense to let up like 40 points. It's interesting. I don't know ball. I'm not gonna pretend like I know like GM ball, but I can look at this and go, that's a lot of money to pay 2 wide receivers. That's an insane amount of money to pay 2 wide receivers. $276 million over the course of 4 years for 2 guys that don't touch the ball every play. I don't know. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome for the Bengals. I'm excited for them. I don't see how that converts to a Super Bowl. Franchise tagged T twice, didn't pay Jamar Chase before his Triple Crown season, and letting the sack leader of the NFL seek a trade. The Bengals have no idea what they're doing. Guys, you just gotta be patient, apparently, because both these guys did end up getting it done.
Give me the watermelon. Give us the watermelon. Bro, give me the watermelon.
They were just being patient, you guys. They were biding their time.
Bro, give us the watermelon, dude.
This is my favorite clip, though. The dog who really protects his watermelon. What are you even gonna do with it, bro? What do you want? Are you gonna eat it? Just shell and all? Wait a minute, what's the outside of a watermelon called? Is that called its shell? The tough outer layer of a watermelon is called a rind? What the hell is a rind? This is the term used to describe the thick green outer skin of the watermelon? I didn't know that. It's edible. I know what the dog doing. That's what the dog doing. Myles Garrett requested a meeting with Browns owner Jimmy Haslam to discuss his situation, and the owner refused to meet with him. Once again, say whatever you want. Myles Garrett went back to Cleveland. The Myles Garrett thing is very crazy to me because Myles Garrett, this is what Myles Garrett said. I need to find the exact Myles Garrett quote. The exact Myles Garrett quote. I just want to go to a contender. The Browns have said that they won't trade Myles Garrett, and he declined to discuss what he'll do if they stick to that stance. And then all of a sudden, Myles Garrett signs a record-breaking 4-year, $204 million contract extension, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history with $123 million guaranteed. And that was then quickly broken by Jamar Chase, right? Or no, is he actually the highest paid non-quarterback over Jamar? Regardless, it's an obscene amount of money, and he just basically, like, all of this just went out the window. I do wonder if the Browns kind of held him hostage. And then this clip came out. I do want to talk about this clip, right? Because Myles Garrett signs his big extension. He said he wanted to go to a contender. All of a sudden, he re-signs with the Browns. I thought it was obvious that the Browns are not a contender. Here's what they had to say.
In all seriousness, do you know who the quarterback's going to be? I mean, do you have an idea?
After conversations, I do have an idea.
Okay. Do you like the idea?
I like it enough to be here smiling in front of you because I think we have a good chance of that happening and making the most out of it.
There could be so much going on here. If you really want to read into it, if you want to believe exactly what was said, I think Myles Garrett knows either they're getting like an Aaron Rodgers. That's kind of where I'm leaning, or he knows who they're drafting. Some people are saying, oh, 100% Cam Ward's going to be a Cleveland Brown, or 100% Shedeur Sanders going to be a Cleveland Brown. Well, there's three things going on here, right? Because Tennessee has the first pick, Cleveland has the second pick, Giants have the third pick. So either Cam Ward or Shedeur goes first. I don't see any way Tennessee does not take a quarterback here. So quarterback's going first. Did the Browns tell Myles Garrett who they're going to draft or how they're going to draft him? Did the Browns tell Myles Garrett that they're going out for like an Aaron Rodgers, so he should re-sign because they're actually contender? Or, third option, they paid Myles Garrett $160 million, so he doesn't give a shit. That's the third option. I think it's a very real option. Lamar Jackson seeing Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson on their way out of the NFC North.
Bob, good luck somewhere else.
Except he's back. Even Eagles star players know that Philly has the worst fans in sports. AJ Brown said, Eagles community is so messy, bro. Y'all pick sides if it's not your favorite player. It's like high school all over again. Yeah, he is unfortunately totally correct. I don't know, like, it's a good and a bad thing for sports, right? Because you need diehard, delusional fans. That's what sports are kind of about. But when it goes too far, it definitely goes too far. And I think Philly, like, very much embodies that. I tell you one thing, Philly fans are like this whether they're winning the Super Bowl or not, and that is true. They're not fair weather fans. Never forget when Darius Slay had Justin Jefferson incarcerated for 4 quarters. Well, let's not pretend, like, guys, Darius Slay is one of the best corners the last 10 years. He really is. I think this year on the Eagles, he definitely slowed down a little bit. He's obviously getting a lot older, but he's been one of the best corners in the league for
Pick number 1.
a long time.
A near second interception. That's the previous play to this.
He was bagging him. This is the moment we knew that Kenny Pickett was destined to be the next Browns quarterback. That was one of the craziest things to ever watch live. You kind of got to respect it, though. Like, maybe he knew he was going to throw a pick, so he's like, I just got to go down with this ball. This is one of the funniest clips ever. It makes it look like, dude, if you never watched American football, if you just came from a different planet and someone showed you this clip, you would think that the American football is sticky and it weighs like 90 pounds and it's made out of steel. That's what you would think. Granted, if you're an alien, you probably don't understand the concepts of physics or steel or stickiness, but you get exactly what I'm saying. Look at, it's like it anchors him, dude. It's like it's attached to him. I love this clip. I love it. Raiders fans, this is your new QB? Hell yeah, that's the boy. You see him grip that fat ass cheek? I'd be doing the same thing. Marquise Goodwin's fat, juicy, voluptuous ass pulling up on me like that. Good game, boy. I'm very sorry I did not take my medications this morning. Did your favorite NFL team just trade for Kenny Pickett while still being destroyed by Deshaun Watson's contract? Talk to your doctor about a couple of beers. Loved this commercial. Lowest passer rating in the NFL over the past 2 seasons? Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. Ironically, one of those guys got a 5-year, $150 million contract, but Giants fans, I know you don't want to talk about it. The Colts front office before signing Daniel Jones.
Always screws up and creates havoc.
Homer Simpson, sir?
Yes, the way I figure it, he's due for a good performance.
Daniel Jones versus Anthony Richardson. Two idiots fighting the worst fight I've ever seen. Giants offered a Saquon last year, $33 million for 3 years. Their offer for Darius Slayton, they did not give Darius Slayton $36 mil for 3 years. I can't even like take slander against Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton has consistently had one of the worst quarterbacks. Like the Giants passing offense has just been pitiful for a long time. So when you look at talented wide receivers on that roster, it's hard to sit there and go, oh, that wide receiver sucks. It's almost like wide receivers are very much a product of their environment, which is also why I'm really confused that the Bengals paid those two $276 million, but whatever. I really don't understand this. Jets signed quarterback Justin Fields to a 2-year, $40 million deal with $30 million guaranteed. They're saying his agent's a fool. I can't actually interpret this tweet. Is the tweet implying that the agent's actually a stud or that he sucks? I don't know, but if I'm Justin Fields and Justin Fields' agent, I think this is spectacular. To get your quarterback, a 2-year, $40 million deal with $30 million guarantee, a non-proven quarterback, that's amazing. Justin Fields really struggled with the Bears. Can you blame that on the Bears or Justin Fields? I don't know. Justin Fields looked pretty solid at Pittsburgh until they let Russell Wilson take over the helm. So far, Justin Fields' career is a lot of mediocre games, some really good running involved games, a solid record with the Steelers. Does that equate to $40 million? I think that's an overpay. I think Justin Fields should be really happy to have gotten a 2-year, $40 million deal. Granted, I get it. The Jets are kind of like the Bears in the sense that it feels like they just nuke quarterbacks' careers. This, to me, feels favorable. I think he got out pretty safe on this. Devontae Adams to the Rams. Honestly, it would be really good news, but they lost Cooper Kupp. So you traded like a super solid proven wide receiver for a super solid proven wide receiver. It's just not that big of a deal to me. How I feel sending the group chat NFL free agency deals before they hit Instagram. Yeah, wasn't like Twitter down or something, so this ended up being sick. Bengals new right guard. Nice. Get him in there. Myles Garrett after he heard how much the Browns are going to pay him.
Business. I can't do this, homie.
Tell him.
So what we're talking about is $100 million.
Yep, turn right back around, Myles. Turn right back around, Myles.
Sometimes I be overthinking, man, and a person.
Tell him, Myles. Tight end Juwan Johnson has agreed to terms with the Saints on a 3-year deal. He looks like an 80s black sitcom dad. You're telling me we got a deal with Juwan Johnson's wife letting everybody know she's married to an NFL player for the next 3 years. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but like Juwan Johnson's wife or girlfriend's whole content is just like, it's honestly rage bait. She definitely knows what she's doing. She'll like intentionally just spit out. It's literally rage bait. It's very shameless rage bait. Maybe she's like addicted to the content or she thinks she's trolling or she thinks it's funny, but it really is. I hate when that shit pops up on my page. It makes me so mad. POV, he found you in the stands. Okay. Just like I don't want to sit here and be a fucking asshole for like the whole video, so I'm not going to, but like number one, this is not POV. Why do people put POV? You know what POV means? Point of view. A POV video is filmed from the point of view of the person. This is your husband's finding you in the stands, so you had your friend back up 20 feet and film you. Also, what's the implication here? That your NFL husband just finished his game, so you grabbed your friend and you're like, hey, I want to make a TikTok out of my husband coming and giving me a hug. So then you plan the whole thing out. You give your phone to your friend, she backs up 10 feet and she films you while your husband comes over to hug you. If it was a POV, it'd be you filming. This is even worse than a POV. This is where you asked your friend to like, I don't know, impression farm your husband. I mean, this is obviously rage bait. I know she doesn't feel this way because this is so delusional. When you were about to divorce him because he was losing too many football games, but then he scored a touchdown and won, so you changed your mind. I get that she's kidding. Obviously a joke. What is the purpose of posting it then? Are you just impressed? Like, are you legitimately rage bait impression farming your NFL husband for Instagram followers? Because everyone in this comment section is just shitting on her, right? And her defense is gonna be, oh, I'm just kidding. It's just the internet. Of course I love my husband. Then why are you posting it? This is a piece of the internet that I have never, ever, ever understood. There are people who want internet clout so bad that they make a fool of themselves. And I'm not just talking about her, but you know what I'm talking about. People who intentionally post the cringiest, most rage bait, the worst shit on the internet. And their follower count is going up, but nobody respects them or truly becomes a fan of them. I have never understood it. Never, never, never understood it. When you just had his baby and he already left you to go to football practice. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree here. How about focusing on your beautiful baby instead of likes? Like, every single piece of content is POV your husband, husband. This dude, man, the internet has fucked us all, bro. You shouldn't, in my opinion, you should never want views like so bad. You genuinely disparage. Oh, I'm not even gonna go into it. If anyone is referred to as a former first rounder, you know they are turbo dog shit. The Cowboys are expected to sign former Saints first round DN Peyton Turner. That is true, because they wouldn't say former first rounder if you're just outright good. No one describes Patrick Mahomes as a former first rounder. First person to attain generational wealth purely off aura. Saints are re-signing DN Chase Young to a 3-year, $51 million deal worth up to $57 million. It's definitely not off aura. The thing about Chase Young is Chase Young coming out of college was supposed to be the most surefire, guaranteed, unbelievable freak athlete. This was like, you sign Chase Young, he's Myles Garrett for the next 8 years. He hasn't lived up to that standard, but he has been an excellent edge rusher in the NFL. I think 3 years, $51 million is a solid deal. Maybe a slight overpay for Chase Young, but it kind of reminds me of Jadeveon Clowney. Like, people thought Jadeveon Clowney was just gonna like ruin the league, and he played solid. That's what he did. He played solid for multiple teams. He had a great NFL career, but he was not what people thought he was gonna be. Imagine someone showing you this 5 years ago. Steelers deciding between Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. That would be a wild thing to see. NFL poverty, peasant, none, ghetto Gronk memes. We Windows, we ball. I had sex with your mom. True.